That's right. I did an episode of that with them as well, which was fun. And they were great, you know. And, Vivica did a couple episodes, that's right. Yeah, they went on and they worked with the producers of, she actually did another show with the original producers of Fresh Prince that came straight off of her working on the show.
Right, so, you know, the finale is coming about, you know, so what was it like taping that final episode and it was like, man, we're not going to be together after this?
Yeah, it was hard. It's funny, I look back on it and I wish I had done what I wanted to do, which was not leave the set. You know, it's like there's that moment where you're exiting and you know that it's the last scene you're ever going to do of the show. And I kept thinking, I don't want to leave. I don't want to walk out. I should have just stopped at the door and not walked out.
Right. So did anybody swipe anything off the set, like anything from the pool house or from the kitchen or sign scripts?
You know what? People did. I don't know what people got. They were pretty good at keeping all their stuff. And because I wasn't able to get anything, any kind of souvenir. The only thing I got was a little journal that we all used to write in once in a while, you know, that was on the set. And everyone used to just, you know, scratch something in it. But, no, I didn't get anything good. I don't know who did.
I'm sure somebody did, and somebody
I'm telling you, somebody did, and it's probably crew because they're a lot quicker at that kind of stuff. Smarter.
Yeah, but like, hey Will, can you sign this? But like, look, I got this thing from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's a prop signed by Will Smith, and it's on eBay. And watch the hits, and the prices go up because you know Will Smith. He's a busy man. And he's in demand.
Hey, if I had any idea, I could have had so much Will Smith stuff that I'd be selling on eBay right now. If I had any idea he was going to be like superstar Will Smith.
Yeah, and due to the economic times that we're in, that could come in handy.
That's right.
Yeah, so okay, you did a bunch of TV shows and movies and all of that. So what are you up to now? And tell me about Sweet Blackberry.
Well, Sweet Blackberry is a company I started in order to bring stories of little-known African Americans in history to kids everywhere. Because there's such amazing stories out there, and unfortunately we're usually told about a handful of stories about people in black history. And they're incredible stories, but there are so many out there. And so I wanted to bring more stories of these unsung heroes, these people whose stories I feel could get lost, that we have so much to learn from. I wanted to bring these stories to children, and so they're lightly animated films. They're available on DVD, but they were broadcast on HBO this past Black History Month, and now they're on HBO Family. And we've done 2 so far. We did The Journey of Henry Box Brown, which is a true story of a slave who mailed himself in a box from Virginia to Pennsylvania, and that was narrated by Alfred Woodard. And then we did one, the last one we did was Garrett's Gift, which is the true story of the inventor Garrett Morgan, and that's narrated by Queen Latifah. And they're animated, and they have wonderful music, and they're for little kids, so they're fun. They're not like a big stern history lesson. They're just a lot of fun, but the kids come away knowing some real important information about real people. For them, and they're just having a good time.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely, you know, something good. You know, Black 365, don't let it be confined to just February.
That's right.
You got the heavy hitters, you know, doing the voices and yourself. And now, because of Barack Obama being elected in the office, what do you think that does for, you know, young kids growing up as African-American males and females in this country?
Well, you know, the thing that I think we're all hearing more than anything, which, you know, I think it just warms everyone's heart, is that so many parents who have turned to their children and said, you know, you can be anything you want to be, but felt a little reservation before. They don't feel that reservation any longer. Now they feel like, I'm telling you the truth. You can be anything you want to be. And I think that's opened that up for a lot of people, and it's making a lot of people see that if you do work hard, you can.
That's definitely true. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can be what you want to be. So besides Sweet Blackberry, what else is going
on? 2 kids.
2 kids?
Excuse me. I have an 18-month-old and a 5-year-old. So I'm a handful.
Yeah. So being a mom and doing Sweet Blackberry, it's a full-time load.
Absolutely. It's a lot, but it's good. And Sweet Blackberry is very rewarding.
And I definitely agree with that. I checked the site out, and it's very good that you're getting stories out there that I believe everybody, not just African American community, but everybody should know.
That's right. That's our intention, is to get the stories out to everyone and encourage parents and educators to help use these tools to help, like these movies, to help kids understand their value and their value of their neighbors as well in the world.
Right. And do you still keep in touch with some of the cast members from the show?
I keep in touch with everybody, yeah. Joseph's the hardest one, the butler, Jeffrey, the butler, is the hardest because he's in England, and so I only see him, whenever he comes through, and I'm lucky enough to hook up with him. But yeah, I just saw Will and Alf and Ta last week. I just spoke to James a few days ago, and I see him, and Daphne's she's on the East Coast, so I see her whenever she's going to probably be here in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I'll get to see her.
Yeah, that's definitely good that you still keep in touch with everybody. And the thing that amazes me about Will is, like, he seems so down to earth and very humble. Like, the fame hasn't really changed him.
He is. He's. I mean, he's the same guy. I mean, he's a lot richer, but he's the same guy.
Yeah, he's in a different tax bracket, but he's still the same guy from Philly, West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playgrounds where I spend most of my days, shooting out, last in on the corner, started shooting some b-ball outside of the school. Warned a couple of guys that were up to no good. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. I got in one little fight, and my mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and Uncle Bel-Air." I'm not going to go into it anymore. Good. You guys know the rest. You know you're a 90s kid if you can recite the whole Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, and I did bits and pieces. But the one thing I want to go into before we close the interview, the one thing that I liked about the Fresh Prince is that you guys did episodes on issues that affected everybody, like gun violence, like when Carlton was shot at the ATM machine, when Will had his dad come down, played by Ben Vereen, better known as Chicken George from Roots. That was a powerful episode at the end when James Avery was hugging him and he had the statue that he brought for him. So
it was painful. I remember that one very well.
So, whose idea was it to come up with those special topics, special issues episodes? And was there any kind of reservation from anybody to do those type of episodes?
I don't think there was any reservation from anybody. I mean, I don't know who originated those particular stories, but I know Will had a handle in a lot of the stories and what we were doing and how they were executed. So I'm not going to give him full credit because that would be taking it away from other people who deserve it.